Welcome, my name is Erica. This is going to be a well-rounded 30-minute flow, and all you need is your mat. Now come onto your mat. Come down to hands and knees. Take your big toes to touch, and wiggle towards the back of your space. Take your knees wide. Rest your hips down, rest your forehead, rest your elbows. Child's pose. Start with a deep, full belly breath in. And open your mouth, let it go. Again, let that deep, full breath in. Exhale, empty. Let your lips seal closed. And take your next breath in through your nose. Out through your nose. And turn your inner eye even more inward. Notice what kind of energy you brought to the mat today. What's followed you from the outside world? Is there anything you can set aside? You'll notice the quality of your energy. Whether it has a texture or color. And then resist the urge to label this energy as either good or bad. It just is. And if something needs to shift throughout your practice, simply the act of bringing awareness to the texture or the color may be enough to do that. Walk your arms forward. And squeeze through your triceps until your elbows lift away from the floor. Spread your fingers. Press evenly through your palms. Draw your low belly up and in. Inhale, flow up to hands and knees. Walk your shoulders over your hips. Walk your shoulders over your wrists. Hi, kitty. Walk your hips over your knees. Pull the heel of your hand toward your knees. Draw your heart forward. Take cow pose. And press the floor away. Tuck your tailbone under. Tuck your chin. Take cat. A couple of more rounds like this on your breath. You can stay with this straight forward and back movement. Or maybe you'd like to take a little more of wild cat and cow as you explore out your connection to the floor, through your joints to your spine by letting one elbow bend then the other, let your hips sway. And can you stay with breath? Take one more round of breath wherever you are. Make your way back to hands and knees. Walk your knees together to touch. Walk your big toes together. Sink your hips down toward your heels. Soften your elbows back down. Stack your palms. Rest your forehead. Narrow child's pose. Notice the difference between this positioning of your body and our starting place. Where do you feel the spread of your body with your inhale? Where can you feel some heaviness with your exhale? Can you make room for breath? And with arms as noodly as possible, inhale, float back up to hands and knees. Land your hands back under your shoulders and walk your hands forward about one palm print. Come to kneeling plank. Draw your belly in. Press down to the tops of your feet. Tuck your tailbone under. Inhale, spread your collarbones. Exhale, sink your hips back towards your heels. Keep your arms firm. From the pull of your hands, inhale forward, kneeling plank. Exhale, press back, narrow child's pose. Inhale forward, kneeling plank. Exhale, bend your elbows lower all the way down to your mat. Point your toes straight back, squeeze the muscles of your back, roll up, baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Take your full breath to get there. Don't rush the small step. And again, inhale, baby cobra, or this time for a little more heat, squeeze your arms straight, squeeze your legs straight, hover your hips, upward facing dog. Pull your belly tight, pike your hips up and back, downward facing dog. Pause in downward facing dog. Do you have the urge to wiggle and shift and pedal? And do you actually need to do any of those things? Can you stay with micro adjustments through your hands, through your feet, so that you feel support from your palms, through the outer and inner edges of your arms, through the muscles of your back and chest. You'll soften your knees, sink your heels down. Find that sense of stretch to the back of your legs, your Achilles. Lift your tailbone up. Take a breath in. Empty out. Inhale, float your right leg up behind you, three-legged dog. Flex your toes back towards you. Lift up to the back of your heel. Notice if your weight has shifted from 4 points onto 3. Is it heavier through one hand or the other? Decide if you like to stay with that, working one side, or start to even out your weight. Inhale, lift your heel as high as it goes. Exhale, draw your knee to your nose, round your spine. Pause here. Inhale, step back, high plank. Decide if you'd like to lower all the way down or halfway down. Knees can stay up. Inhale, back bend, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, take your left leg high. Firm up through your lifted leg. Notice where your weight has shifted in your body. And decide to stay with that shift or even it out. Inhale, lift the back of your heel up. Exhale, draw your knee forward, round your spine, nose to knee, dragon curl. Inhale, high plank, lengthen out. Exhale, lower to low. Inhale, back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Look forward to the front of your mat, walk forward. Take your feet to hip distance. Wrap your arms around each other, or keep the noodliness of your arms, let them hang down to the mat. Drop your head. We'll soften the back line of your body. Even out the weight through your feet. And can you find just the right amount of work to find a lift of your hips, a drop of your head, just the right amount of work to stay upright, to the back of your legs, and heavy to the back of your body. Inhale. Exhale your fingertips to the mat. You can take your big toes to touch or leave your feet at hip distance. Inhale, roll up to stand. Take your arms overhead, mountain pose. Exhale, hands through heart center, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway, flat back. Exhale, squeeze back down. Can you find that evenness in work? Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, squeeze down. One more time, but we're going to add on. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach up, mountain pose. Take your left knee to your chest. Balance through your right foot. Can you lift your knee a little bit higher? Can you stay calm through your breath? Set your gaze. Notice where you might feel busy, whether it's through your foot, your body, your thoughts, your brain. Inhale, lift your knee up as high as it goes. Exhale, step your foot wide off your mat. Take your hands to your knees, high squat. I invite you to take some movement here. We'll choose something that feels good, either cat's cow or twisting side to side. Maybe a little bit of both. Come back to center, even out the weight in your feet. Inhale, rise back up to single-legged mountain. Float your left leg high. Exhale, step your left foot back. Take your fingertips down. And spin your back foot flat. Press into your front foot. Inhale, up and around, warrior two. And set your gaze at your front middle finger. Just as much as you see outward, see inward. Press down into your front foot, straighten your front leg. Inhale, rise up. Turn your toes to the corners of the mat, arms overhead, star pose. Press firmly into the bottoms of your feet. Zip up through your pelvic floor into your low belly. Inhale, pull your belly and lift your heart. Bend both knees, keep your arms by your ears, bow forward, flat back. Press the ground away, inhale back to star pose, put that in reverse. Then again, exhale, find your forward bow, hands can come by your sides or hands to your hips to take some of the heat out. Inhale up, we have one more, choose your arm position, exhale, goddess bow. Inhale, rise up. Turn your left heel out, right toes forward. Come back to warrior two. Place your right hand to the inside of your right knee. We'll place just the back of your hand, no lower than your wrist. Reach your left hand straight up, high side angle. Now, if this is an unfamiliar position, if you're used to going a little bit lower, what does it feel like to stay here? What does it feel like to play with the position of your body, your thoughts, your breath? Press into your front foot. Inhale back to star pose. Exhale, hands to your heart. Bend your back knee. Sink your hips down. Skandasana. I'm going to invite you to play a little bit here too. Now, what is it your body needs right now? Does it need more stability through your standing foot? Does it need more opening through your stretching leg? Do you need to find some place and just stay? Press into your left foot. Inhale, rise up to star pose. Turn your right toes forward. Back heel in line with the back edge of your mat. Take your right hand to the inside of your right leg. This time go low. Slide your hand down mid-shin or all the way to the floor. Spin your left hand forward like you're high-fiving the front wall. Low extended side angle. Press your arm into your leg back into your arm. Now, if this is an unfamiliar position of your body, notice any resistance you have to pushing down a little bit lower. Press into your front foot. Keep your right knee bent. Inhale your right hand up and back, reverse warrior. Carvel your hands down to the floor. Spin up to your back toes. Keep your gaze forward. Inhale, step up to the top of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, squeeze down. Inhale, reach up to stand, mountain pose. Lift your right knee high. Find balance now on your left side. You might notice the difference between the left and the right. There's been some space between one side and then the other. Think back. How firm did you feel? How firm do you feel now? Inhale, lift your right knee a little higher. Exhale, step your foot outside of your mat. Take your hands to your knees, back to the same squat position as before. Or if you like, drop a little lower. Elbows to your thighs. Hips towards your heels. And invite any movement here that might feel good. Come back to center. Press into your feet. Inhale, rise back up, single-legged mountain. Exhale, step your right foot back. Take your fingertips down. Spin your back foot flat. Inhale, cartwheel up and around, warrior two. And set your gaze over your front middle finger. Find your breath. Press down in your front foot. Inhale, rise up, star pose. We've been here before. Draw your belly in, send your tailbone back, lift your heart up, find a baby back bend. Inhale. Exhale, bend your knees. Take your arms down by your side, maybe all the way to the floor this time. Put that in reverse. Inhale, rise back up, star pose. Exhale, bow your goddess, hinge at your hips, decide how low you'd like to go and why. Inhale, rise back up. Maybe a whole different position of your body this time. Exhale, hinge. Inhale, rise back up. Turn your front toes forward. Your back heel out a little bit. Bend your front knee. Take the back of your left hand to your front thigh. Highest side angle. And press your arm into your leg. Rotate your chest open towards the ceiling. Press into your front foot. Inhale up, star pose. Turn your toes to the corners. Bend your right knee. Skandasana. A whole different side. You might play with that same positioning you did on the first side. Or make a choice to do something different. Now, what does your body need? This pose, this side, today. Press into your right foot. Inhale, rise back up, star pose. Bend your front knee. This time go low. Start with your hand to the inside of your upper knee. We'll slide it below your knee. Go as low as you can go. Now the idea is you might have to come back out of this. Right? Now when you come out of this, does it need to be graceful? Does it need to be familiar? No, it doesn't. There's no rule. Sometimes in order to push our edge to go a little bit further, we have to Get comfortable with getting a little messy. So go as low as you can go. Breathe out. Keep your front knee bent. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the front of your mat. Inhale, step up, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach to stand, mountain pose. Exhale, bow forward. Inhale, lift halfway, plant your hands. Step back, high plank. Exhale, lower all the way to the ground. Inhale, cobra. Peel your chest up, press firmly into your feet, lift your knees. Exhale, lower down. You can stay with that same back bend. Inhale, reach up, cobra, or stay here, hover your feet, reach your arms back, palms to the floor, locust. Squeeze the bottom tips of your shoulder blades together. Firm your legs in both variations. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower down, land your hands underneath your shoulders, rest your forehead. Take a breath in. Let it go. Inhale, cobra. Peel your chest up. Stay with cobra. Lift your feet. Lift your arms. Locust. Stay with locust or bend your knees. Catch your feet. Take bow. Without hanging on to the idea that one is a progression of the other, or that one is more challenging than the other, so that's the correct one. I want you to pick the one that feels best for your body. Best can be in quotes. Inhale as high as you go. Exhale, lower down. Rest your forehead, bend your knees, let your legs windshield wiper side to side. Let your legs bend your knees. Let your legs windshield wiper side to side. And take your feet to the floor. Bring your palms to the floor. Inhale, press up to hands and knees. Cross your ankles, roll over onto your asana. And scoot yourself forward. You stay in your space. Roll all the way down. Bring your feet in underneath your knees. Press down into your feet. Draw your belly tight, starting with your tailbone. Peel your spine off the mat, bridge pose. Now, what can you press down to lift up higher? And if you're thinking, my feet, what part of your feet? What happens if you press your heels? What happens if you press into the baby toe side of your feet? What about the big toe? Where else in your body can you press your arms, your shoulders, the back of your head? Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower down. Pause and rest. Take an inhale. Empty out. And again, inhale, come up to bridge. And choose to stay here or plant your hands beside your ears. Come up to wheel. And whichever variation you're taking, what can you press down into to lift you higher? And we'll take one more inhale. And slowly, with control, come all the way down. Draw your knees onto your chest. Release your knees. Take your hands behind your head. Extend your right leg forward. Pull your left knee in. Lift your head and shoulders. Now twist to your left. Inhale back to center, knee to knee. Exhale, twist to your right. Extend your left leg forward. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, twist. Do a couple more rounds on your breath. And can you keep your breath slow so that your movement is slow? Is one of them trying to rush so that they're both faster, they're both over quicker? There's no need to rush the hard stuff. Take one more round. Last one. Come back to center, rest down, head and shoulders, hug your knees in. Take the bottoms of your feet together, let your knees drop out wide. Take your arms by your side. Supta Konasana. And notice the difference here between your work and your rest. You may give your feelings or thoughts a different texture or color. Again, release any idea that they might be bad or good, or something to get rid of or change. Consider the idea that whatever your thoughts or feelings in any situation, they're just part of a rainbow. Without one, we'll be missing a piece. Hug your knees onto your chest. Take your arms out like wings or cactus. Drop both knees over to the right. Inhale your knees back to center. Exhale, drop both knees to the left. Inhale back to center. And catch your ankles, your shins, or the outer edges of your feet. Happy baby. One more breath. Exhale, lay your body down into Shavasana. And find a comfortable position of your legs. Extended straight, feet planted. Or back to Supta Konasana. We'll take these final couple of minutes in rest. Nothing to do. Let's step back and watch the quality of your thoughts. And watch the changing texture of your energy. And you're welcome to stay longer. And if you're ready now for movement, you'll start with your fingers and your toes. Move along the edges of your body. And then movement at the center of your body. Take a deep breath in. Empty out. And roll over onto your side. And keep your eyes closed or gently open. Make your way up to seated. As you build your seat, find that perfect ratio in this moment right now of strength and ease, of firmness and softness. What do you need now that you can carry with you for the rest of the day? Bring your hands together at heart center. Raise your thumbs to forehead center. And we'll offer each other Namaste. Thank you and good night.